What if I told you that something as simple as a daily shower, yes, the one thing you've probably been doing your whole life, could actually be harming you? Now that you're over 70, you might think, come on, how could a shower be dangerous? Well, imagine this. You're waking up in the morning. You feel stiff. Maybe your back's aching a bit. You shuffle into the bathroom, turn on the hot water, and step into the steam. It feels relaxing, familiar, safe. But here's the part no one really talks about. That warm water is stripping away something vital, your skin's natural barrier. The same barrier that protects you from infections, dryness, and even injury. And over time, tiny cracks, slow inflammation, an itch here, a rash there. And suddenly, you're not sleeping well, not eating well, and you're feeling off, but you can't quite put your finger on why. Now, you're not alone. This is happening to so many elderly people. People just like you. Or maybe your parent. Maybe someone you love and care for deeply. Because here's the hard truth. The rules of good health start to change after 70. What used to help might now be silently hurting. And that's exactly why you need to hear this. In today's video, we're diving into the shocking truth about daily showers after 70. And beyond that, we're uncovering 5 everyday habits that look completely harmless, but could actually be chipping away at your health, little by little. No scare tactics here, just wisdom. Because when you know better, you do better. And sometimes, all it takes is one small change to feel stronger, calmer, and safer. So if you've ever looked at your aging body and wondered, why does it feel like something's not right when I'm doing everything I've always done? This video is for you. By the end of it, you'll know exactly why showering daily might not be the best choice anymore, what other quiet habits could be holding you back, and how to adjust, simply and gently, for a healthier, more comfortable life. Seedling, and if that sounds like something you care about, go ahead and drop a comment below saying, I'm here for the truth. We're building a wise and caring community here on Elderly Healthy Wisdom. So hit that subscribe button, and let's walk this journey together, one smart step at a time. Now let's talk about something most people wouldn't question for a second. A daily shower. Feels good, right? Clean, refreshing, part of your routine for decades. But now picture this. Mr. Ahmed. He's 74, a proud grandfather, a retired teacher, sharp mind, still active. Every morning and evening, he showers religiously, twice a day. He believes it keeps him fresh, keeps him strong. At first, he enjoys it. But within just a few weeks, things start to change. His skin, once smooth, now feels tight, itchy, flaky. He starts scratching in his sleep. Red patches appear on his arms, and he begins avoiding hugs, even from his grandkids. Why? Because what was once a source of energy has now become a source of irritation. A simple, innocent routine has triggered chronic discomfort. And the truth? Mr. Ahmed isn't alone. This is happening to more elderly people than you might think. Here's what most don't realize. As we grow older, our skin changes a lot. It becomes thinner. It loses its natural oils. It can't hold on to moisture the way it used to. The protective barrier, the one that keeps bacteria out and hydration in, starts to wear down. Now, every time you take a hot shower with regular soap, that fragile barrier gets stripped even more. Those bubbles that seem to clean you, they're often filled with harsh detergents that rob your skin of the very oils it needs to stay healthy. And the water? If it's too hot, it speeds up this damage. Instead of nourishing your body, it leaves it exposed, dry, cracked, and vulnerable. This might seem like a small thing. But dry skin in older adults isn't just uncomfortable. It opens the door to infections, wounds, and even serious hospital visits if not caught early. And yet, most people never see it coming. Because we've been taught that clean equals frequent. That a good hygiene routine means showering every single day or even twice. But here's the truth. Cleanliness doesn't mean intensity. It means balance. And when you're over 70, the balance shifts. The goal isn't to scrub your skin into smoothness. It's to protect it like the armor it is. So what can you do instead? Start by slowing down the frequency. You don't need to shower every day, especially if you haven't been sweating or working outdoors. On lighter days, try a gentle sponge bath or just cleanse key areas, underarms, groin, feet, with lukewarm water and a soft cloth. Avoid harsh soaps. Choose mild, fragrance-free cleansers designed for sensitive or aging skin. And most importantly, moisturize immediately after. Use a thick, unscented cream while your skin is still slightly damp. That's when it locks in the most moisture. Because what your body needs now isn't a scrub, it's care. And when you care for your skin gently, it repays you in comfort, in protection, and in peace of mind. But here's the thing. Skin health is just the beginning. You might think your body is winding down at night, but what if your bedtime habit is putting quiet pressure on your heart? Let's talk about that next. Because what you do before you sleep might be doing more harm than you know. Let's move into the evening. The day is winding down. Dinner's been served. Maybe the house is quiet now. You finally get a moment to yourself. That's when Mrs. Eniola, age 71, reaches for her favorite ritual. A comforting cup of tea. She's always been a tea lover. Black tea. Strong. 1 sugar. No milk. It's her way of relaxing, marking the end of the day. She sips it slowly, watching the sun dip behind the curtains. To her, it feels harmless, even healthy. But a few hours later, she's tossing and turning. She's wide awake at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling. By morning, she feels groggy, forgetful, and just off. At first, she blames her age. Then maybe the weather. Then she starts forgetting names. Then she begins feeling more anxious, more tired, less like herself. But the real culprit? That innocent cup of tea at 6 p.m. Because here's what most people don't realize. Caffeine isn't just in coffee. It's hiding in black tea, in green tea, even in chocolate. And in older adults, it sticks around longer. See, when you're younger, your liver breaks down caffeine quickly. But after 65 or 70, your metabolism slows. Your body doesn't flush it out as fast, which means that cup of tea at dinner, it might still be racing through your system when you're trying to sleep at midnight. In fact, research shows that caffeine can stay active in the body for up to 8 hours, sometimes even longer for seniors. And that deep, healing sleep? The kind your brain and body desperately need for memory, immune health, and cellular repair? Caffeine blocks it. Now, here's the tricky part. Many older adults say, "Oh, I drink tea or coffee all the time. It doesn't affect me." But here's the truth. Most people don't realize their sleep is suffering because the change happens slowly. A little more fatigue, a little more irritability, trouble focusing, foggy mornings. It creeps in, quietly. So no, it's not always about staying wide awake. Sometimes it's just about poor quality sleep, and that can be even more dangerous over time. So what can you do? Start simple. Try switching to herbal teas in the afternoon. Chamomile, rooibos, peppermint, lemon balm. They're naturally caffeine-free and often have calming, sleep-friendly properties. Cut off all caffeine sources by 2 p.m. That includes tea, soda, and even some medications. Instead, create a wind-down ritual that tells your body it's time to rest. Dim the lights. Play soft music. Take a few deep breaths. And most importantly, protect your sleep like it's medicine. Because honestly, it is. Now, while you may think you're doing the right thing by getting rest, or using a cane or walker to stay safe, what if I told you that the way you stand, sit, or move every day could be quietly shortening your life? Let's explore that next. It's something few people notice until the damage is already done. Now, picture Uncle Musa. He's 76. Sharp, kind-hearted, loves old movies. He spends his afternoons in his favorite chair, remote in one hand, snacks in the other, TV humming in the background. At first, it's harmless. A bit of rest after breakfast. A couple of episodes before lunch. A short nap in the early evening. But after a few months, something changes. His legs begin to swell. He finds it harder to stand. His knees feel stiff. Walking to the bathroom feels like a chore. Eventually, even short strolls to the front gate leave him winded. He tells his children he's just tired, but deep down he's scared. And he doesn't understand why his body is betraying him. But here's the thing. It's not his body giving up. It's the chair. You see, prolonged sitting, especially without any movement, starts a slow and dangerous process in older adults. When you sit for hours without moving, drop of blood pools in your legs. Your muscles weaken, especially the ones that keep you upright. Brain circulation to the brain slows, making you foggy, forgetful. Your heart works harder. Stethoscope your risk for blood clots and stroke quietly goes up. Now here's where it gets even more dangerous. People often think they're resting to recover. But in reality, too much rest leads to a deeper decline. The body is designed to move gently, slowly, even if just a little. And after 70, movement becomes more than exercise. It becomes medicine. So how can you help yourself, or someone you love, break this habit? Start small. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need to go jogging. You just need to interrupt the stillness. Set a timer every 30 minutes. When it rings, stand up. Stretch. Walk a few steps. Foot if standing is hard, do seated leg lifts. Raise your heels. Flex your toes. Circle your ankles. Chair shift your posture. Sit up tall. Roll your shoulders. Man walking, and once an hour, if you can, walk to the window. Look outside. Breathe deeply. Reconnect. Because every tiny movement adds up. Each one tells your body, I'm still here. I still want to thrive. You might not feel the damage right away, but after weeks, months, or years of sitting for hours on end, it takes its toll. Silently. Steadily. So no, rest is not the enemy. But rest without motion? That's where the real danger begins. Now, take a look at your dining table. Your spice rack. Even that tiny shaker sitting next to your favorite bowl of soup. Because inside it is something so familiar, so ordinary. And yet, for many people over 70, it's slowly wearing the heart down. Let's talk about that next. Now, let's open your kitchen cabinet. There it is. The salt shaker. Small. Innocent. Familiar. You've probably used it 1,000 times without a second thought. A little sprinkle here. A pinch there. Just enough to bring the flavor out, right? But here's a story I want you to think about. It's about Mama Rose. She's 79. Lives alone. Always been proud of her cooking. She says, I don't eat much these days, but I still like my food to taste good. So, she adds a little salt to her soup. Then a little more to her stew. Then again, over her rice. It doesn't seem like much. But over time, Mama Rose begins to notice something strange. Her ankles start to swell. She feels tightness in her chest when climbing the stairs. She starts waking up at night, heart pounding. Her energy dips, her breathing shortens, and she begins to feel like her body is slowing down faster than it should. She assumes it's just old age. But it's not. It's her salt intake, quietly damaging her heart and kidneys. Because here's the truth most people don't hear enough. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to sodium. Your kidneys? They don't process salt like they used to. Your blood vessels? They become stiffer, less able to expand and contract like when you were younger. So when there's too much salt in your system, your blood pressure rises. Your heart strains. Your risk of stroke, heart failure, and kidney damage increases silently and steadily. And the worst part? You often won't feel the effects until it's already done damage. And yet, people still say, but I don't even eat salty snacks. Or, I barely touch my salt shaker. But here's what most don't realize. Salt hides in places you wouldn't expect. Bread, canned food, canned beans, cheese wedge cheese, cut of meat, processed meats, pot food, even that healthy seasoning cube you love to use. It all adds up. So what can you do? First, don't panic. You don't need to eat bland food for the rest of your life. You just need to get smarter about flavor. Use lemon juice. It brightens food naturally. Fresh herbs like parsley, thyme, garlic, and basil can add depth. Try garlic powder or onion flakes instead of salty seasonings. Salt, and if you use salt, choose iodized, and measure it, never guess. Aim for no more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day if you're over 70. That's just a little over half a teaspoon of salt. Small changes. Big protection. So next time you reach for the shaker, just pause. Ask yourself, is this really about flavor, or is it just habit? Because when it comes to your heart, that tiny pinch could be the difference between energy and exhaustion, comfort and complication, life and limitation. And speaking of habits, what if I told you the way you take your medication might be making it less effective? Or worse, causing harm? Let's explore that in the next section. Let me ask you something real quick. How do you take your medications? Do you ever just grab them all at once in the morning with your breakfast? Thinking, let me just get this over with? Or maybe you sometimes skip a dose because you felt okay that day? If that sounds like you or someone you love, you're not alone. Let me tell you about Babatund. He's 76, diagnosed with high blood pressure, arthritis, and mild diabetes. Like many elders, he takes several medications each day, some in the morning and some at night. But one day, he starts feeling dizzy. His heart races. He forgets things. He's confused. Aren't these pills supposed to help me feel better? So his daughter checks in and notices he's been mixing his meds with grapefruit juice. He was also taking his blood pressure pill right before his diabetes pill, and skipping his evening one because he felt fine. That's when it all made sense. You see, aging changes how your body processes medications. Your liver and kidneys, they slow down. That means drugs stay in your system longer. And some combinations, they can interact in dangerous ways. Take this in. Grapefruit juice can block enzymes that break down certain medications. So instead of getting the right dose, your body absorbs too much, leading to side effects like dizziness, fatigue, and even organ strain. Some meds need food. Some need an empty stomach. Some need to be spaced hours apart. But most elders aren't told that clearly. They're handed a long prescription list with tiny print and little guidance. Here's what you can do to protect yourself or your loved one. Why'd have you checkmark create a medication chart? List each drug, what it's for, when to take it, and whether it needs food or not. Why'd have you checkmark avoid mixing meds with juices, milk, or herbal teas unless cleared by a doctor? Stick with water. Why'd have you checkmark don't skip doses just because you feel okay? That's not healing, it's masking. Many meds take time to show their effect. Why'd have you checkmark talk to a pharmacist? They often know more about drug interactions than anyone else on your care team. This is about more than taking pills. It's about how you take them. When, with what, and why. The goal isn't just to survive. It's to feel stable, sharp, and safe every day. And here's the part most people overlook. Medication isn't magic. It's only as good as the way you use it. So the next time you or a loved one reaches for that pill box, slow down, double check, ask questions. Because smart medication habits can protect your heart, your memory, and your independence. Now, let's shift gears to something a little more subtle, but just as serious. Have you ever told yourself, I don't really need to talk to anyone today. I'm fine on my own? Well, that quiet habit of isolation, it might be chipping away at your health more than you know. Let's talk about that next. Can I be honest with you? Loneliness. It doesn't always look like sadness. Sometimes, it looks like silence. It's the chair at the dining table that's always empty. It's the phone that hasn't rung in days. It's saying, I'm fine, when deep down, you're not. Now picture this. Mama Grace, 79. She lives alone. Her children are busy. Her friends? Some have passed, others moved away. She used to be lively, always in her garden, humming, cooking, waving to neighbors. But lately, she stays in, doesn't answer the door, doesn't eat much, sleeps too much, or barely at all. And here's the heartbreaking part. No one notices. Not right away. Because isolation in the elderly is quiet. It doesn't scream. It whispers slowly, silently, until it shows up as sickness. You see, science is catching up with what the heart already knows. Chronic loneliness can be just as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Let that sink in. It increases the risk of heart disease, depression, weakened immunity, cognitive decline, even early death. Why? Because we're wired to connect, to laugh, to be seen, to matter to someone. When that connection is missing, the body feels it, the mind feels it, the spirit starts to fade. And the worst part? Many elders accept it as just the way it is. But it doesn't have to be. Here's what you can do. Why'd have you checkmark schedule regular calls or visits? Even if it's just 10 minutes. That voice, your voice, could be the light in someone's entire day. Why'd have you checkmark encourage group activities? Community centers, religious gatherings, neighborhood walks, even online chats. Companionship heals in ways medicine can't. Why'd have you checkmark don't wait for them to ask? Pride often hides pain. Reach out first. Why'd have you checkmark support elderly clubs, book groups, or volunteering? Purpose is powerful. And if you're the one feeling isolated, please know this. You are not forgotten. Your presence still matters. Your stories, your wisdom, they still hold weight in this world. Don't keep it all in. Talk to someone. Reach out. Because the heart needs connection just as much as the body needs food. Narrator, pause, gentle transition. Now take a deep breath with me. We've uncovered a lot. Things most people overlook or don't talk about. But you stayed. You listened. You cared. And that tells me something powerful about you. Let's take all of this, the truth, the pain, the awareness, and move forward together into something more hopeful. Because now it's time to bring it all home. Let's talk about what this all means. for you, for your loved ones, and for the way we care going forward. You know, it's not easy, is it? Realizing that the very things you thought were helping might actually be harmful. A daily shower, that warm evening tea, the long hours of sitting, a bit too much salt, or even being alone in silence. They all seemed so innocent, so normal. They came from love, from routine, from habits passed down, from doing what always felt right. And yet here we are, peeling back the layers, facing hard truths, feeling that little pinch in the heart as the puzzle pieces start to fit. It's heartbreaking, because no one meant any harm. You didn't. They didn't. But here's the powerful part. Now you know. And that knowledge? That's the beginning of something life-changing. This is not about guilt. It's not about regret. It's not even about fear. This is about strength, awareness, love in action. Because the moment you understand is the moment you become ready. You're not helpless. You're not behind. You're here, right now, with open eyes and an open heart. So here's what I want you to do. Take one small step. Just one. Lotion bottle, check the products in your bathroom. Is your soap too harsh? Is the water too hot? May walking set a reminder to stretch or take a short walk. Even if it's just around the room. Your legs, your heart, they'll thank you. Telephone receiver, call that friend you haven't heard from in a while. Even if you don't know what to say, your voice could be the healing they need. This is how it starts. Not with a giant leap, but with little choices. Simple shifts that honor your body, your mind, and your spirit. Because listen, aging is not the end. It's not the slow fade. It's not the loss of usefulness or meaning. Aging is the season of wisdom, of reflection, of clarity. It's the time when every act of care, whether for yourself or someone you love, carries deeper weight and greater grace. You're not just surviving. You're growing into a new kind of strength. And the more you understand, the more power you hold to shape this next chapter. So let's do it together. One truth at a time. One habit at a time. One beautiful, brave step at a time. Because you deserve to age with dignity, with comfort, with connection, and with wisdom that lights the path not just for you, but for everyone around you. Let's take a quiet moment to breathe and look back at what we've uncovered together. Bathtub first, those daily hot showers. They may feel refreshing, but they're quietly drying out your skin and stripping away its natural protection. Hot beverage, then caffeine in the evening. That warm cup of tea may seem comforting, but it could be robbing you of deep, healing sleep that your body desperately needs. Chair sitting for too long? That habit is more dangerous than it appears. It slows circulation, weakens your muscles, and makes recovery harder as you age. Salt, and what about that salt shaker on your table? A little sprinkle here, and there may not seem like much, but over time, it can quietly burden your heart. Woman standing, and finally, isolation. Being alone too often can quietly dim the spirit. It's not just about loneliness. It affects your mind, your health, your entire sense of well-being. These are not just facts. These are truths that could transform the way you live, if you're willing to pay attention. So now, I want to hear from you. Really, I do. Speech balloon, have you or someone you care about experienced any of these habits firsthand? Which one caught you off guard the most? Take a moment. Scroll down. Leave a comment and let me know. Because your story, your voice, might help someone else feel seen. Might help someone else say, I'm not alone. And if this video has opened your eyes, if it's made you pause and reflect, if it sparked even one thought that could protect someone you love, then please hit that subscribe button. Join us here at Elderly Healthy Wisdom, where knowledge meets compassion, where we grow stronger together. Because this isn't just a channel, it's a community, a place for truth, care, and connection, built for people who want to age not just gracefully, but powerfully. So, whether you're watching for yourself, for your parent, your grandparent, or simply for the wisdom to be ready for tomorrow, you belong here. Glowing Star, thank you for spending this time with me today. Thank you for caring. Thank you for choosing to see more, do more, and be more, for yourself and for the ones you love. Until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and most of all, stay connected. We're in this together, and I'll be right here, waiting to walk with you in the next video. Waving hands, see you soon.